witches, it's the Gemini dark moon, and with this airy, light and free energy, we are in the position of being able to turn over a new leaf and start a new chapter. It's 6 months into the year, we're halfway through, which just seems crazy, but we are. And it's time for us to stop and check in with our trajectory, our balance, and just for us to take stock. And there's a lot of beautiful things happening with this moon that mean that we are in a position of freedom and ease and possibility. And there are so many ways in which we can work with it to really manifest. It's definitely like our thoughts and our words are more important now than ever, and will create our reality more than ever. And I've needed to do a check-in. I've been getting a bit caught in negative loops lately, and it's time to reset and to wipe the slate clean and start again. So we're going to do a reading and see what the universe says to us as a way of like nudging us and pushing us in a fresh direction, and to let go of the story, let go of all the stories that are clouding in or in any way contaminating the freedom of the year. Because the Gemini card is the lovers, and the lovers is lovers, and there is some, Gemini is very flirty. It's a really good time for romance, but also it's the alchemical wedding. So it's the wedding between our mortal and higher selves. And so we're working with this energy of tuning into and connecting with our higher selves. And it's this time of year that I run the Witch for All of You course, and that's where I support people to find their archetype and work with their archetype. And that's what we're tuning into with this moon, is our inner world and connecting with our inner world. So I'm going to see what the universe wants us to consider and work with. So we've got Haglaz, which is hail. So this means that there might feel like a storm and interference. And actually one of the negative Gemini cards is interference. It's a sword suit. It's air. And so it's very much a sign of thinking and the brain. And so interference, cruelty and ruin are the negative cards of Gemini. And if you think about how you can really screw yourself over the most, it's through thinking too much and too busy a brain, and it just fully encompassing like depression and things like that. It's the negative side is that. And so how can we be a space of ease and freedom, and things like meditation and gratitude lists and artist pages, morning pages from the Artist Way. If you haven't done the Artist Way, it's a good time of year to do the Artist Way. But doing morning pages every morning where you write 3 pages, just free thinking, like free writing. It's not something you're meant to be reading back again. It's literally just to clear your brain out. And gratitude lists, and then going on artist dates, because that date is with your inner world. Cain and Abel. If you look through my videos, if you Google Cain and Abel, the Lunar Coven, you'll see the video that I shared about Cain and Abel, and that is totally the alchemical wedding. It's this inner and outer that makes infinity, and it's how to untwist and allow the inner world to flow into your outer world. And so it might be at the moment you feel like there's a lot of interference and noise, and your brain's very busy and active. How to slow down, breathe deeply, meditate, do yoga, be mindful, and to come back into a place of ease. So physically, we've got the homestead and our community. So this is the global community, it's our local community, it's our home, it's our ancestry. So in the physical world, a lot of this noise and stuff might be to do with that. It might be feeling ill at ease with everything that's going on in the world, which would be fair enough. And that causing a lot of the noise. I mean, I live in a very, very active community. It's my everything. I actually am now seeing it as a spiritual practice. It's so intense living in such a small, tight-knit community that it's a spiritual practice, and I'm amazed at what it's taught me. It's been more insightful and hardcore than going to university. It's like, this feels like a PhD, and I've learned so much about myself and my capacity for big girl pants and just so many things. It's incredible, and I'm loving it, but it's really hard. There's nothing easy about it. It's definitely a hellstorm. So then in our communication, it's about being brave. So this is the horse, and it's about being steadfast and courageous and strong and determined, and just keep going, keep going. And this is in our communication, which is in Gemini, in the air. So it's about being brave with your words, like speak your truth. Don't be afraid to be yourself and to share who you are with the world, and to share your message, your inner world, to share your inner world. This is answers, which is within our emotional world. So this is to trust the synchronicities and the symbols and the messages that are coming through from the universe. This is really important. Like, I've been doing this, and so when I say go for an artist date, a really good artist date you could go on is to go and follow, like, pick a colour. Yellow is good because Gemini is yellow, air is yellow. So you could go for a walk and follow anything you see that's yellow, like choose yellow as the thing to follow for going on a walk, or to just observe anything yellow, to stop it being about thinking, but to trust, very much about being curious, to be open and curious to what's going on in the world, and to not just know everything and be set in your ways. There's a real opportunity here to be free and to let everything go. And then inner world is lots dice, shake of the dice, anything's possible. So this is the potential for huge expanse, for anything is possible right now. It's about being curious and trusting, trust that all is as it should be, and that this is necessary, and surrender to the process, and to surrender to it, and to just be more present and be more in your inner world, and let the thinking be quietened. And so do any practices that you know of, meditation, anything that helps with that. Oh, that one jumped out. Oh, Hierophant. So this is about us developing our spiritual practice and being like taking everything as the outer world is a spiritual practice. It is your meditation, it is yoga, and that you are being tested, but you're never being sent more than you can handle. So to treat everything as like it's a game, like it's a computer game. And it's the moon, and we are here because there's a moon tonight, the dark moon. So the priestess is like, how do we vibrate into a higher frequency? And this is very much the Aquarius age that we're in. This Pluto in Aquarius, which is another air sign, feels like we're this is kind of one of the moments. Like when I said that Aquarius went into Pluto, it's like, this is a real change, a paradigm shift. This is an opportunity for something completely different that's really out there. Like Aquarius is no holds barred. It's as crazy and out there as it can possibly be. Fearless and complete, like revolutionary, and it is revolutionary. So how can we revolutionize this world and vibrate into a different frequency with this air frequency vibe? And there's the sun, and that means that we will fill our worlds with bright illumination and joy. That joy is to be had. The yellow, the sun is here, it's coming up to the summer solstice. So let your life fill with light and joy. This hail will pass and it will melt with the sun and it will become water. So, you know, whatever storm you're faced with at the moment, you're weathering, just know that this too shall pass, and that you're doing what you're meant to be doing. You're on the right path. Just let it flow, let it be, and tune in, connect in with your inner world. And got cosmic, which is very dark moon vibes. So cosmic, I'll read what she has to say. Be open to the possibility that there is more available to you than you know. Be open to the possibility that things are happening exactly as they should. That's what I just said. Be open to the possibility that life is working in your favour. Be open to the possibility that you get to co-create your reality with the cosmos. And this thing with the infinities, as above, so below, the inner and outer actually are all one. And that's part of it, is knowing that your inner world flows into your outer world flows into your inner world, and that whatever's happening in your outer world is a sign language for the inner world. And if you're going through a storm, the storm is your teacher and it's here to teach you, and you're not being sent anything more than you can handle. This is like you being upgraded. And like I say, I feel like I've just gone through university. It's so much has happened to me in the last few weeks. It's been mad and such a roller coaster, but so much beautiful, amazing stuff's come from it, as well as absolute heartache and pain. Just roll with it, you know. If you're on the roller coaster, be at the front with your hands in the air going, hey! Yeah, can you be here in the present moment? Can you be present in your body? Can you also see that you are part of something way bigger, as above, so below? Well, there you go. So that's that. Then we'll take a little wink from the goddess, see what she's saying to us. Lady Luck. This is like Lot's dice. So maybe there's something here about taking a gamble, you know. If there's something that you're like, I don't know whether I should do this or do that, or like taking a gamble on something big and exciting, take a risk, jack in your job and go travelling or something like that, or ask that person out on a date. It's very good time for doing that with Gemini energy. Yeah, take a risk with something that feels brave and tickles your imagination. Bite the apple, I dare you. Brilliant. Okay, let's see what that has to say. Do you dare to bite it, the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge that was offered to Eve by the serpent? Forget what you've been told. The apple is an initiatory portal into your body, into your ancient future wisdom, into the feminine mysteries. Don't ask permission and don't wait for approval. Bite the apple, keep biting and savour every single bite. Devour it and get as much bloody pleasure as you can from the apple. It will activate your mother-loving courage to choose your innate wisdom and magic, knowing over the illusion of good perfection and conformity. Bite on the apple. Go on. I dare you. And it's interesting because I see the apple as the myth, the story from the Bible is, I see it as a metaphor for the female body choosing consciousness, because we added that in. It's a plug-in, and because of it men toiled in the field, but because of it women then suffered in childbirth because our heads got bigger. So genetically our bodies, the female body at some point in our reproduction took in consciousness as a thing that we started to birth, and it meant that we suffered in childbirth, and it meant that suddenly humans like worried about the future and worried about things, because you know animals aren't worried about stuff. So that's, yeah, it feels like that was a thing that and that's the thinking, and that's what this season and this moon is about. It's the thinking, but like that's saying, it's like, and how do we bite into that apple to remember the other thing that we left behind in a way, which was the embodiment, the womb, the magic cauldron that we have here. So yeah, another apple bite is definitely on the cards and due, because something needs to shift, because we've done too much thinking and too much outer world work, and it's put things out of balance. So it's time for something new to be allowed in. Rebirth. Brilliant. Rebirth. Vesna. Goddess Vesna. So let's see what she's got to say. Vesna is the personification of the spring within Slavic mythology, associated with a number of seasonal rituals that are still performed in various parts of the world today. As the opposite to the goddess Marana, the personification of winter, the return of Vesna means the rebirth of abundance and life. Traditional song and chants are performed to encourage the goddess to chase away the bitter freeze of the winter months so as to expedite her arrival. She is considered an ally to her followers, though it was expressly understood that light could not exist without dark, meaning that both sides are equally important. Some version of her mythos describe a great number of Vesnas living atop a mountain, akin to the nymphs of Greek mythology. Vesna springs into the light to explain your approaching rebirth. Change can be quite difficult, yet we accept both its inevitability and its importance within our spiritual journeys. When we undergo a shift of the soul, we awaken to a world that may no longer serve us. Vesna cannot rise in the winter, for that is the time meant for Marana.
Transformation is taking place within you, and it must be nurtured and given the space to grow. Have you felt more compelled towards solitude when it would have originally caused you to feel loneliness? Are uncomfortable feelings now becoming more bearable? Your higher self is emerging, and it's time to experience rebirth. And that also leads to yin and yang, the dot of dark in the light and light in the dark. And that's kind of what Gemini is about as well. It's the winter and the summer. It is this twin effect. And so as we're coming towards the summer solstice, we're halfway through the year. It's a half and half moment. So for us to bring our halves, to remember our halves, our head and our heart, and to love both, but to find balance between them. And yeah, as above, so below. It's very exciting. Create your world or be created. So time for a reset. What do you want to create?